Development Commission meeting. Thank you, Madam City Clerk. And it is Tuesday, February 13th, 2018, 7:30 p.m. Roll call.
Commissioners Arita,
Here.
McCoy, Sharif, Chairperson Brown.
Yes. We will now proceed forward to public comments on agenda and non-agenda matters. Mr. Robert Ray.
Thank you, Robert Ray Compton. Forgot to mention earlier, there's talk in Sacramento about bringing back the CRA because they want to bring back development in the local cities. So hopefully we can look forward to the CRAs. Ms. McCoy, you said the family wanted to use Dollarhide. Did you say the 24th? Huh? Did you say a family wanted to use Dollarhide for a family reunion? 24th is our CPR event. So, you know. Also, a couple weeks ago, myself and a lot of other people were talking about our city's lighting. Do we have any plans on brightening up our city? Every light bulb that Edison has is dim. We need brighter bulbs. Also, and I have brought this up in emails many times, on Alondra between Central and Wilmington, center divider, all those T lights with lights on both sides are city-owned street lights. There are 8 poles totally missing. They've been knocked down by either cars or airplanes. Every time there's a traffic accident, the city is supposed to be provided with the insurance information for whoever knocked that down to get reimbursed to replace those light poles. And it's been too many years. And even the ones that are knocked down by an airplane, we know they have insurance. So why aren't these poles being replaced on Alondra? Because I don't drive at night that much, but when I do, this city is dark at night. Even on my street, the street lights of Edison, we finally got them all working, but they're so dim, they're almost useless. So we need to do something about brightening up our city and get brighter bulbs. I know Mayor Perrodin had a big thing about this. They were sold a bill of goods. Oh, you can get smaller bulbs and get just as much light out of a smaller bulb. Well, it didn't work. So we need brighter lights.
Thank you. Mr. David Irons. I'm sorry, Mr. Holyfield is next, and then Mr. Irons will be next.
Yes, my name is Benjamin Holyfield. I'm from the 3rd District, by the way. And this tree accident situation is in the 1st District, and I want to say this here. I did talk to the sheriff, know about it, and the city public works know about it. We would like to have something done to that tree because it's split in half, so that the other half, the wind don't blow it down on a car or a kid or anybody walking down the sidewalk. I'd like to have that. And then Mayor, you said you were going to ask for an update concerning the darkness when a gentleman spoke, a young man spoke on Compton Boulevard. No lines where we had the Christmas parade. And the Christmas decorating is still up. It's still up on Long Beach Boulevard. And then today we had a conversation where, oh, well, we have so much to do, and it's a private contractor. We need to cut this nonsense out with our department heads that we pay big money to and do this job. The next thing I'd like to say is that we have Compton Boulevard was changed in Paramount, the name, and also in Gardena. No trouble. We had Isidore Hall's Boulevard or whatever over here, but with no trouble. We would like to get Obama's name outside here. We have his portrait. We would like to have Obama Avenue. Now, we're working on a petition with that. I don't think we need it. I think we need 3 votes. I'd like to have the city manager, whoever, process this and so we can put it on the agenda to be voted up or down as soon as possible, Madam Mayor. I don't get no kind of comments.
Mr. Holyfield,
this is Black History Month. I just asked the question. I just asked the question.
I've shared this with you privately that I believe if we're going to request for a street to be named after a former president, that we need to ensure that that street is properly maintained and repaired. that's just being
Well,
respectful to
thank
him.
you so
And
much.
so
I
when
understand the
that street-
process. I want the process. I'd like for us to begin the process, ma'am.
And so I'm looking forward to the Public Works coming forward with their schedule, and once
Thank you
we
very-
can identify those improvements, I will be happy to comply with their request, sir.
Thank you very kindly.
Thank you
That
very
was,
much.
yes. These are the, it's very simple. We just have to do something. There's so much talk. We're going to do something next year. We're going to fix. Matter of fact, there's a water tank that was discussed. Years ago, we found out that the water is coming from the Dominguez Hill tank. And we were talking about we should have a water tank in 4 districts, and it was put in District 1, by the way. And trouble ever since. Trouble ever since. We would like to get that cleared up so that we can move to another area, and perhaps a 3rd district with a water tank. Because some of our water is bad. Thank you so much for allowing me this conversation.
What's the address of the tree you keep talking about?
Pardon me?
What is the address of the tree
Oh,
that you spoke of?
yes, I'm sorry, 1020 West Compton Boulevard,
Okay.
Compton and Dwight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Holyfield. Mr. David Irons?
Did you get that picture?
David Irons, resident of Compton. I'm a draftsman. I got a certificate out of high school, and I design. You can't hear me? My name is David Irons. Put it back 2 seconds because I lost time. My name is David Irons, and I'm a draftsman, and I'm a designer. I designed this shirt. It says, hemp plantation, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. They grew hemp. All right? Now, hemp is marijuana. The Revolutionary War started because of Crispus Attucks. He was the first man to die in the Revolutionary War. They make rope out of hemp. The army was about to take his job from him, and he was the first person to die in the Revolutionary War. Hemp has a lot of byproducts, and you can smoke it too. You could eat it, smoke it, and drink it. Now, let me see what I, no, I talked about Crispus Attucks already. Now, feeding the hungry, 456 West Compton Boulevard, that's where they give people food. They donate food every year. So what we need to do is find out all the home banks in Compton so the homeless people and the hungry people could find something to eat. It's like I say, I'm a designer. Oh, here you go. Water the grass to get the homeless people out of it. Nobody likes sleeping in the rain. Put bulletproof glass on there. But that's Black History thing. Oh, yeah, I got a guard card. I don't plan to carry any weapons. Maybe a pocket knife so I could cut my watermelon. Hey, that's all of. Hey, I'm the founder of Compton, California Historical Landmark Committee, Points of Interest and Tours, and I tried to get a grant. Somebody approached me and said they could give me a grant, but I ain't gonna deal with that person. So if you could send somebody to give us a grant so we could, and one day, Mr. Rambo, I would like to, I don't like having meetings behind closed doors. I like having meetings in front of people so people know what I'm talking about, but I don't have enough time. 3 minutes is not enough. I'm running out of seconds right now. But one day, maybe next week, I'm frozen.
Thank you, Mr. Irons. Thank you. Ms. Boone, would you like to speak tonight? Come on up. Some people have rebellion issues. They want to be special.
Lynn Boone, City of Compton. Goes on and on. Ms. Brown made an announcement about several events And I've questioned that time and time again. You know, I try to make all the council meetings. If I don't make them, I do read. But I have never seen any of those events come across this dais to be voted on. So my question is, and I know city employees are there, there's lights on in that building, and there's a cost to all of these events. First of all, I want to know if these events are being put on by any of Mrs. Brown's or her husband's nonprofits, number one. Number two, if they are, who is paying for these events? If she wants to say that these are not any of her nonprofits, then who is paying for these city employees overtime? Who is paying for the Dollarhide Center to be opened? You know, there's something wrong with all of these events continuing to be held at Dollarhide and other places when you are raising the fees on the water bills on the people of Compton. Something should be done. So I'm asking this question in lieu of answers. And these questions cannot be answered through public requests. These questions need to be answered. The other thing is that there should be one day that all of you together should just say, we are not going to lie. Try telling the truth, and you see, you will feel a lot better. I don't know about you, Ms. Brown, because I've never heard you tell the truth. But I know the other ones, I have heard you tell the truth, okay? But lately, I don't know if you've been bit with a bug or whatever, but you're not. And this, Mr. City Manager, I want to bring this back to Councilperson in District 1, and it's been 6 months. You sat up here, and Councilperson in District 1 asked you about the bridge that goes across on Rosecrans just before you get to Dwight, about having it fixed. You sat up here and said, oh, well, the parts have just come in, and it will be fixed by next week. This was 6 months ago. It is not fixed, and it's still sitting there like that. So I don't know where those parts went to, because you said that they were in, but that is not fixed. Thank you.
No, thank you. Madam City Clerk? Oh, Ms. Kelly?
First off, whenever you get some money, Mr. City Manager, would you please put a sound system not only in here, but also in Dollarhide? I understand someone mentioned the Olympics coming to LA area, but when you mention the Olympics, and I watch the Olympics, I get so damn mad because over there on Alameda, what they say, that Olympic Park, we had rings over there. It's Olympic rings, not Olympic circles. So until you take care of that, you don't need to think about anything having to do with the Olympics because it's so disrespectful. It's supposed to be rings. They filled them in. So maybe, I don't really know what department did it. But when you mention events that are happening, why don't you guys allow some people, other people in Compton, to cater the food or have food trucks or whatever? If we don't hear about it, how are other people going to hear about it? It's not right to continue to make your family and friends rich. And as far as events happening in Dollarhide, this one, Black History. The people, the seniors at Dollarhide are getting frustrated and mad because some of the events that you city council people are taking over, the seniors did that. And it's not right. Give them something to do. You took the building away from them, now you're taking activities away from them. This Black History Month, the whole program was put on by organizations in the center. Well, it was music and drama. Each little club had different things to do, and they enjoy that. Now they're talking. They don't have anything to do. And then I just question the amount of money, they're paying taxes, then they're paying $13 for a meal. Then we see on the agenda, there's another amount. Is it like triple dipping? But it's just something to think about. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk,
Approval of minutes.
discussion or amendments? Roll call?
Commissioner Zarita,
Yes.
McCoy, Sharif,
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes.
Item number 2 is a resolution of the Urban Community Development Commission acting as the Compton Local Housing Authority, authorizing the Executive Secretary to execute a multi-year lease agreement between the City of Compton and the Compton Local Housing Authority for office space at the Career Link facility.
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, wasn't this item on the last agenda?
For council.
Yes,
It was
it's on
council.
council, yes, but it has to go to
Oh, that was tonight.
Yes. Mr. City Manager, could you just give a brief summary of this item?
Yes, ma'am. Very briefly, this is for the Housing Authority at Career Link. They pay rent for that facility, and the city attorney gave some discussion earlier on about why we had to fix the air conditioning there, because they are paying tenants. And this particular item solidifies that rental agreement with the Housing and Urban Development Department and that staff for their office space.
Thank you. Any council discussion? Roll call?
Commissioner Zarita,
Yes.
McCoy. Yes. Sharif,
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes.
Commission comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Zarita?
Just a quick, I want to give a shout out to Danielle Harrington. She's a 24-year-old Compton native from a very influential family here in the city of Compton. And she's the third black woman to don the cover of Sports Illustrated. She joins Beyonce and Tyra Banks. So I want to say congratulations to Danielle. Keep up the good work, and great things do come from Compton. And also, I'd like to honor my mother for Black History Month, Dolores Sarita, who paved the way for a lot of folks in this community and touched a lot of lives in a lot of different ways, and has been a community activist for 60 years here in the city of Compton. So happy Black History Month, and it's people like that that made all these things possible for us. So happy Valentine's to all my sweethearts, and hope you all have a great day tomorrow. Happy Valentine's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner McCoy?
Yes, Mayor, I just want to say that I did go to Dollar High today. Councilman Galvan did host a Valentine's Day celebration over at Dollar High, and I went by and I served the seniors. I, helped him serve the seniors. Everyone was served, and they didn't have to get up. So it was a really nice event, and so I want to thank Councilman Galvan for hosting the seniors' Valentine's Day celebration. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Sharif?
Madam Mayor, yes, thank you so much. I forgot to mention that I did get to the Southern California Edison's Black History event, but I got there a little late. But I did get there, and it was well attended. And Councilwoman McCoy was there, and so it was really a nice event. So from what I could tell, I got there a little late, but it was really nice. A lot of people was there. But I did want to ask the city clerk if she would please provide me with a list of all of the committees that I serve on, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay.
I think it's time. Probably should just bring them all back for consideration.
I sure will.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you. Just an update for the lighting under the 710 and Atlantic. The lights are now on, according to our city manager, so thank you for providing the verification as a follow-up. And I also would like to request for the leases that were pulled last week from Dollar High for the changes for Volunteers for America and Shields be agendized to next Tuesday. I'm sorry, for Volunteers for America. Yeah. Thank you. May we have a motion to adjourn?
Second?
Roll call?
Commissioner Zarita?
Yes.
McCoy?
Yes.
Sharif?
Yes.
Chairperson Brown?
Yes. Thank you all, and good evening.